everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Hope you're all staying well at home and I hope you really enjoy this video today. If you're new here, a little bit about my channel. I am a makeup artist and one of my biggest passions in life is beauty products and also creating content for YouTube, Instagram. I'm only ever going to be super honest about beauty products and I'm only ever going to talk about ones that I have tried, used and enjoyed, and I will be very honest in my reviews. So yeah, just wanted to say that before we jump straight into this video. Today's look is actually going to be a makeup and hair look, so if you want to skip straight to the hair demo, I will pop in the description box what time that starts at. The hair, as you can see, is sort of beachy waves. So the makeup is very natural, radiant, freckled summer skin. And this is actually what I've been wearing my makeup over the last few days when it's been really nice outside. I'm going to be talking a bit about like how to get that sort of sun-kissed look, how to protect your skin, and also how to get nice full juicy lips without wearing any lip liner, which as you can see here, my lips look really full and juicy, but I am wearing any lip liner, which is weird for me because I always wear lip liner. But I've found a product that I'm absolutely loving, so I hope that you enjoy this tutorial today, guys. If you have any questions on anything that I'm talking about or using today, please just leave me a little comment. I will get straight back to you. And if you do enjoy this video today, guys, please give me a wee thumbs up and subscribe because it really helps me out. And if you want to see any more content, I have loads more over on my Instagram, so I will pop that tag right here for you as well. One little last thing before we start, because this intro is getting a little long, but I hope that you can hear me well. Obviously I'm not going to know until I start editing. I got a new microphone, so yeah, your gal is investing in her YouTube. I hope that you can hear me a little better than normal. I think it was just sounding like there was a little bit of background noise, so hopefully that will be rectified. As always, guys, all of the products I'm using today are linked below in the description box. So if you wanted to know how I created this beachy, natural, radiant and glowy summer skin and hair look, that was long, please keep watching. So I'm feeling super pale on my face because I actually got a good bit of colour over the weekend just from sitting in the garden, but I always wear SPF on my face and I don't have any tan on right now, so I am crying out for some bronzer. Obviously, you know how much I love my skincare and it's really important to me that I look after my skin, especially from the sun. So I'm going to be starting with a little bit of skincare. I don't know about anybody else, but I have really been suffering with hay fever. I feel like my eyes are so puffy today. So yeah, just to get rid of any puffiness, I'm going to be using my little jade roller as well. But I'm starting off with just a few drops of my Charlotte's Tilbury Magic Serum. I have been loving this. If you're new here, you probably don't know, but I have oily skin, so I just feel like I'm quite prone to breakouts as well. So I've been trying this for a couple of weeks now and I've been loving it. I really feel like it hydrates, plumps up the skin, and I was starting to get a little bit dry on my forehead. I felt like I was starting to get a couple of lines there. But I honestly think since I've been using this, it's helped to kind of diminish them a bit, which I'm really happy about. So yeah, I'm loving this serum and that's just going to help us get a little bit more of a glow before we apply the makeup. So next up, as always, going in with my Kiehl's Ultra Facial Moisturiser. This one is the SPF 30. It's literally my favourite moisturiser. To finish off the skincare, I'm just going to go in with a little bit of my Charlotte Tilbury Magic Eye Rescue. I always find that using an eye cream stops your concealer from creasing as much as well, but you just need to let it sink in for a few minutes before you start your makeup. So that's what we'll be doing today. Now we're just going to take my little jade roller and I'm just kind of going to like go over my whole face, and I really like to like work this under the cheekbones because it kind of just drains any puffiness out your face. I think I mentioned this in the skincare video, which if you've not seen, I'll link below. But I really do feel like this has helped to like bring out my cheekbones in a way. I mean, I'm not sure I'm going to have any cheekbones left after lockdown because I cannot stop eating dairy milk, but jade roller, you know, I'm willing to try. The jade is quite cool on your eyes, which is what I like. I'm going to just be starting first of all with a little bit of concealer under my eyes just because I feel like I need to correct them a little bit. So this one here is the Soft Matte Complete Concealer from Nars. This is in the shade Honey, so it's got like that sort of peachy undertone. So I always feel like it helps to correct the dark circles before I go and put my actual concealer on later. I'll only use a tiny little bit. But next up, we're going to be using our base, and I just love this base. Like, I can wear it full coverage, I can wear it quite sheared out, and it's just such a nice colour for summer. So this is the Nars Pure Radiant Tinted Moisturiser. I have used it in a few of my other videos, but another reason that I like it for obviously the hotter weather and things like that is that it is a tinted moisturiser, so it's not super heavy and thick on your skin, but it's got SPF 30 in it as well, so that's also another layer of SPF for us. So I'm not going to use a whole lot of this, so all I'm literally going to do is like tap little dots all over my face, and then I'm just going to blend it in with a brush. Sitting outside in the sun or whatever, it tends to crease a little bit easier in the sunshine, so you just want to make sure that you're building up these layers really thinly. So a flat brush is really good for shearing out the product as well. This is the Spectrum B01 brush, and literally just going to like press and smooth it into the skin. And that way it's literally just going to sheer the product out. It's just going to give my skin a little bit of a tint and make me feel a little bit more tanned. And also, because it's a moisturiser, it does have a nice glow in it as well. If you watch my Peach Glow video, I actually use this as like a foundation and I show you how you can wear it quite full coverage, so I will link that below as well. But obviously today, just shearing it out because I don't want anything too thick and heavy on my skin. Okay, so you can see that's just made me look a little bit more tanned and it's given my skin a nice little glow, which is what we are all about in summer. So yeah, love this, cannot big up enough. And again, the colour is San Marit, but I will link it all below for you. Now I'm just going to go back in with that same concealer that we used under our eyes to correct, and I'm just going to go over top of any little blemishes that I might have. I just pat it in, I'm just using my fingers, just adds like a little extra coverage to any areas that you might need without putting on like a really thick heavy layer of foundation over. So next up is a product that is just like repurchased by myself several times. I love this so much. This is the Hollywood Flawless Filter from Charlotte Tilbury. Now it's just like a illuminator sort of product, but it can be worn on its own all over the face. It can be used as a highlighter. It can be mixed in with your foundation. Like, it's so versatile and I just love it. But this is in the shade 3 and I'm going to be using it more as like a illuminator highlighter type today. Obviously you could put powder highlighter on, but also when you're in the sunlight it can look a little harsh. So I feel like a cream highlighter looks a lot softer if you are out in the daylight and the sunshine. And just for easiness, I'm just going to be using the same brush to blend it all in. So all I'm literally going to do is dot this around my face, like on the high points. And I also like to put a little bit under my eyes because I feel like it really does brighten up there as well. I buy this in shade 5 for holiday and I just wear it on its own and it's honestly insane. So yeah, I'll maybe show you that in another video, but I'm just going to go and pat this all in, just like dabbing and pressing motions. I hope you can see how nice that makes the skin look. It literally just makes it look so healthy, glowy, but really natural. And I feel like these two products together are just winning for summer. I've used them for a long time and honestly trust them so much. So now I'm going to go in with a little bit of concealer under the eyes. And if you are new to my channel, when I say a little bit of concealer, it's probably a lie because I do like to use a lot of concealer. I am quite dark under my eyes, as you would have seen, so it's just something that I'm quite insecure about and I like to cover it up. However, what I found with this concealer, when I got it for my birthday, I thought it was going to be like a really thick, sort of like Shape Tape-esque concealer, but it's not. It's actually quite a sheer concealer. For me, anyway. Maybe not for some of you, but for me, it's quite, I would say it's definitely like medium coverage, it's not full coverage concealer. It's got a really thin consistency, so it's perfect for day-to-day wear, and it can be built up to a full, obviously if you put a couple layers on, probably like what I'm going to do. But what I'm trying to say is it's really long wearing, and when I've been wearing it out in the sun and in the garden and stuff like that, it's not creased as much as my thicker concealers. So really rating this for like summer skin because it's going to last a lot longer. So all I'm going to do is like pop some under my eye and just kind of up here. Just anywhere that I want to brighten the face and add a little bit more coverage. So I'm just going to add a little bit in the centre of the forehead. Always like to do a little bit here just to lift the side of the face. I'm just going to take my damp beauty blender and blend it all in. And I'm going to leave the concealer under the eyes to last because letting it sit for a little second and let the heat get to it actually helps it to thicken a little bit naturally. It's actually so hot in this room. Like, it's so sticky outside today. It's like clammy, like it needs to rain, and with all these lights I'm actually roasting. So yeah, that's probably helping the glow slightly. So yeah, this is the Laura Mercier Flawless Fusion Concealer. I don't know if I said that, but I will link everything below. Just taking the excess onto my eyelids, that'll just give me an eyeshadow base. And straight away, so it doesn't crease, I'm just going to take my Laura Mercier translucent powder and my MAC 133 and I'm just going to mattify the lids and the under eye concealer. And then just anywhere that I might tend to get a little bit shiny. Do have slightly enlarged pores here, guys, so I always like to pat a little bit of the powder just in there and that helps to smooth them out as well. So now I'm just taking my Kit Kohl powder brush and I'm just kind of going to buff over the bronzer. I've not got any extra on my brush, I'm just buffing over what I've already put down. And I just feel like that really helps to diffuse it all and like blend it all in, especially because I didn't set our base first. Okay guys, I am actually just going to bake slightly just underneath that cheekbone just to make sure that it looks nice and lifted. and I don't like to have any bronzer down in this area because it doesn't make your cheekbones look as defined. Next up, I'm going to be using some blusher, and this one is perfect for looking like you've had a little bit of sun, do you know what I mean? So I'm going to be using quite a lot of it to kind of give me that sun-kissed look. So I'm just going to go in with my powder brush actually, and I'm just going to tap it on and then also tap it onto the cheeks. And I'm kind of going more like in a rounded shape because I want to make it look like I've actually had the sun. So I'm just rounding that off, and then I'm going to be adding quite a bit on my nose as well, because you know you always get that little red tint on your nose when you've been sitting in the sun. And then also on the forehead. So this is the Milani Luminoso. I think I used it in my last video as well. It's so nice. It's got a little bit of a glow to it as well. Okay guys, I had to just take 5 because it's so hot in this little room. Honestly, I'm absolutely roasting. But anyway, okay, so where were we? I'm just going to take a 227 from Zoeva, and I'm just going to be adding a little bit more of that same bronzer just sort of along the lash line there, and just sweeping that around into the crease. And that's just going to give me a little bit more depth into my eye. I'm going to also be putting a little bit of that just on my Kit Coat Precise Crease Brush and running it under the eye, just kind of at the side and then taking it in. Okay, obviously you could just whack on some mascara, a lip, and you're done. But you know me, I like to take it up a notch, so I'm just going to use a little bit of this palette here. This is honestly such a stunning palette for summertime. This is the Sophie Jackson Hot Fire Remastered, and I'll just like have a little look at it there. It is so pretty. So I'm going to just go in with a bit of this colour here called Ignite, and I'm going to just dab a little bit of the Flicker shade in there as well, and I'm just going to also run that just into the crease just to make it a touch warmer. I don't want to make this a really dark eye because obviously it's supposed to be like a more day-to-day wear, but I'm just adding a little bit of that in. And the brush I'm using here is actually a Sophie Jackson one as well. I will link it below. What I'm going to do now, guys, is I'm going to just take a little bit of this shade here called Glow, which is like almost like a bronzy gold shade, and I'm honestly just going to pop some on my finger and then like pat and press it on the lid. I feel like gold shadow is just like such a nice way to make it feel a bit glam, but it also can look quite natural as well. So I'm just patting it on, making sure that it's nice and even all over the lid. And obviously, if you've watched any of my other videos, you'll know that I have hooded eyes. So I always like to like pat it up a little bit, like above the crease, so that when I do open my eyes, I can kind of just see it peeking just above the crease. And I feel like that makes my eye look a little bit bigger as well. And next up, I'm going to be taking one of my favourite eyeliners. This is the Mambo from Nars eyeliner, and it's just like a chocolatey brown liner. It's just stunning. And all I'm actually going to be doing is just drawing from like the middle of the eye out to the outer corner, just here. And just make sure you get it nice and close to the lash line. And then I'm going to take my Precise Crease brush, and I'm just going to be literally smudging it out. And what I just feel like this does is, because I've done it a little bit thicker towards the outer corner, it just gives the eye a bit of a lift and a little bit of definition as well. Not to mention quick as hell as well. No faffing about here, guys. Not today, because it's too bloody hot in this room. If you wanted to darken it slightly, you could add a little bit of shadow just at the root of the lash. So I'll show you just a little bit of this one here. Just kind of run it along. Just kind of sets the liner and makes it a touch smokier, and you could go as dark and as heavy with this as you like, but I'm just going to put a touch. And now I'm just going to be adding some of my favourite mascara. This one is the Maybelline Lash Sensation. I just love it. It's just so good at keeping the lashes nice and lengthy and thick, but like not too clumpy. So it doesn't transfer as well. Like I wore this all over the weekend in the sunshine, in the garden, and it literally didn't transfer, which I find is amazing because it's not waterproof. So over the weekend, I've just given myself that sort of luxury of not really filling in my brows super heavily and just kind of doing like a little hair stroke brow. So this is why I love the Urban Decay brow blade so much, because it's got like a little ink stain side. So I'm just gonna brush my brows up, get a little hair strokes just kind of from the bottom to the top of the brow, all the way through, and it just kind of makes them look like a little filler, but not too done, do you know, like just kind of soft and natural, quick. And then I'm also going to use the brow blade to draw some faux freckles on, because I just love that sort of look in summer when you've got like little freckles all over. So all you literally do is take the little ink stain and just draw loads of little dots over wherever you want. What I tend to do is, because it's an ink stain, I just kind of press it and it like prints it around, do you know what I mean? And just keep building it up really. Then I like to darken in the ones that I've already got to be quite dark. So the next thing I'm going to be applying on my lips is this here. This is the Project Lip, and it's almost like a lip balm, but it's a plumping lip balm. So I used to have one of these in like a colour and I absolutely loved it. But when I seen that they have a balm, I was like, that's amazing, because literally I can put anything over the top of it. And it's really affordable as well, so I'll link it below. So you just need to pop it on and then rub your lips together to activate it. And it does go quite like stingy, but I love that feeling. The thing that I like about this is that I can apply it just above the Cupid's bow. Like if you've got a coloured one, you can't do that. So if I apply it just above the Cupid's bow, it's got no colour in it. So it'll start to plump up that bit above my lip as well. I'll just leave that for a couple of minutes to start working, and I can already feel it tingling. And I think I am going to just apply a small lash on today. So I'm just going to be applying these. These are the Eldora H171s, and they're just really nice for like everyday wear. Lashes are on, guys, but I feel like a really good trick for applying lashes for everyday wear, especially if you're not wearing like a heavy eyeliner to disguise the band, you want to take like a pair of the lash tweezers and really squeeze them. They've got little like a T-bar, so you can really squeeze them and get them like really close to your eye so that you can actually see where they start and stop. Then all I'm going to do is tight line the waterline with that same Mambo liner, which is just going to help to disguise the band a bit better as well. And I am just going to add a little bit of mascara onto the lashes, and that will just help to make them pop a wee bit more. I hope you can see what I can see, because honestly, this lip stuff is now really starting to work and I can feel it tingling. I just feel like I can really see it here, like, and yeah, around the edges as well. It's made them look a lot fuller, a lot juicier. So this is what I'm going to be popping on today. This is the Kiko Hydro Gloss in number 20. Because the edges are kind of plumped up with that lip primer, I can actually go over the edges with the lip gloss and it doesn't look weird. It just makes my lip look really full. The last thing I'm going to do is add a little bit of soap into the brows using my soap brows, and just a little spoolie, just because I like them to look nice and fluffy. So I kind of comb them up and then tidy them around. So yeah, this is the finished makeup look. This is kind of what I've been wearing in summertime, sometimes without a lash, sometimes with, just depends on how I'm feeling and if I can be bothered. But I really feel like it's just a really nice natural way to wear your makeup. I'm just so pleased with that lip stuff. I think it looks amazing. It makes your lips look so much bigger. So honestly guys, I really do recommend this stuff. Especially the fact that you can wear any lipstick over top of it. So I'm literally just going to use it underneath everything now. I think it definitely takes like a few minutes to work, but now that it's working, it really makes your lips look nice and full. Okay guys, so makeup's done. Now we're going to move on to the hair. So I just wanted to show you this because it's a way that I've been doing my hair over the weekend and I really liked it. I thought it looked really summery and it was actually really quite easy as well. Just so you know, this isn't sponsored, like I bought this with my own money. I've wanted a hair waver like this for a long time and my friend Amy recommended this one, so thank you Amy. If you've got thick hair like me, you have to do it the way that I'm going to show you it because it makes your hair look so thick. So what I did when I first got it was like sectioning on my hair, doing little tiny sections, but because you're doing it in smaller sections, like it makes the root go up on each section. I looked like Mia Thermopolis. Honestly. My hair was like so big. Now, if you've got thin hair and you do it in little sections, it's going to make your hair look super thick, which is amazing. But for me, like, I've spent my whole life trying to make my hair look smooth and kind of flatter, so it was almost like a bit too big for me. So the way that I'm going to show you today is perfect if you have got thicker hair. This morning I just washed and blow dried my hair. I put some heat protector spray in it because, oh my god, these go up to 220 degrees. They're actually roasting. They're adding to the heat of this room. If I'm going to have nice hair, I don't mind. I straightened over the sort of top layer of my hair because, as I said, I have got quite frizzy hair. It can look quite frizzy. I've got loads of flyaways. I take my hair into like two sides after I've straightened the top bit, and then I start from the back. So I take a section like about this big. So I usually work in like 4 sections on each side, and I don't have a clip, which is a total fail, so I'm just gonna have to tie this in a little bobble to get it out the roads. Give this a little brush, and then I'm gonna go in with the Beauty Works weaver. Now, if you go like this side up, I've found that these bits kind of dent the top of your hair. So I've been doing it more like upside down so that you don't see them as much. I'm just gonna take it upside down and then I'm just gonna like hold it on for about 10 seconds. And then you're going to lift it and then you're going to move the first prong into the last bit that the last prong was in, if that makes sense. And then hold for another 10 seconds and then just move it down again. And I found like as I got to the ends of my hair, because it is like a little bit thinner, you can maybe hold it for like 6-7 seconds, so it's not as much. And then you are left with this lovely like wave. It kind of looks like you've had your hair in braids, but I've got frizzy hair, so if I put my hair in braids and leave it, it just looks like a total riot. So definitely need the heat on my hair. So I'm then just going to take like another section about this big. So as I said, like bigger sections seem to work better if you've got quite full hair, because it doesn't make it look as huge. Now I'm just going to like brush that section, and again upside down and right to the root, and don't burn yourself. I'm just going to work this all the way down, same way that I did with the first section. And then I'm just taking another section, brushing it out, and do the same. It's actually so easy, guys, honestly. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to do my fringe like separately. For my fringe, I'm not going to hold on as long, maybe like 5 seconds on each, just so it's not like too curly. Okay, and then you are left with, as you can see, this like really cute wavy hair. I'm going to quickly do this side off camera and then I'll be right back, guys. So I've just finished doing this side of the hair, and I'm just going to take a little bit of oil just to smooth it out a little bit, because as I said, my hair is pretty frizzy, so this just kind of like smooths all the curls together. Now last week when I did this, I put like half of my hair up in a little top knot, and that looked so really cute, but I also just like to kind of like tuck some of it behind my ears and just wear it like this. So guys, this is the finished hair and makeup look. I think it's also worth me showing you the actual waver in full. This is it here, and you can actually adjust the temperature as well. It does go up to 220 degrees. It's so hot. So yeah, really happy with the waver. It's just something a bit different. Like, I've never really had my hair like this before, and I just think it looks really nice for summer. And it's obviously so quick as well. I think it literally takes me like less than 10 minutes to do my whole head, and I have a lot of hair. So I hope you've enjoyed this video today, guys. If you have any questions on any of the products that I've used, please just let me know, because I love to help in any way that I can. And as always, all of the products are linked below in the description box for you, so if you do want to shop any of the products, you can just check them out right down there. If you did enjoy this video today, guys, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel, because it really does help me out. I hope you're all staying healthy and happy at home, guys, and I'll see you all in the next video.